Test 1, 2. The following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, home for the great games. Hi everybody, Glenn Walker here from the Replay Sports Channel studios, and we are here live to bring you full coverage of the official draw for the round of 16 in our Classic Soccer Great European Clubs tournament. We've gone through the first 6 match days. We have the 16 clubs that have advanced. We will find out who will play who from this group of 16. It takes place over the course of 2 legs, so there's home and home. So they get to take the number of goals and apply them into both games. Team with the most goals moves on to the next round. So again, so glad you could join us. Some intriguing possibility matchups here. The ping pong balls have been dropped, and we're going to get the official word here as they come in. So let's take you live to that. Again, thank you so much for joining. Hoping you're having a wonderful Tuesday afternoon or whenever you're watching this. Less than a week before Christmas. All right, so for our first club from the group of 16, we have the 1990-91 Red Star Belgrade side. They finished second in Group G, only lost 1 match in group play, and that was a 3-1 away loss to AC Milan. near the end of the group stage. Darko Panchev leads the club with 4 goals. Red Star Belgrade will be facing as their opponent the 66-67 Inter Milan club. First in Group A with a 4-1-1 record. And they too only suffered 1 loss. That came also on match day 5 away at Bayern Munich. Interesting to note, if you've been following our coverage, no German clubs advance. That was a surprise. No German clubs, no Bayern Munich, no Eintracht Frankfurt, no Hamburg, no Borussia Dortmund advancing on. All right, so Red Star Belgrade and Inter Milan. Our next club, Chelsea Football Club, finished second in Group F. They will be playing host to Arsenal. We have an English Premier League matchup between Chelsea and Arsenal. Arsenal finished 4-2-0, top of Group B. Thierry Henry tied for lead in scoring in the tournament so far. He has 7 goals coming into the round of 16. So that's our first few matchups here. So we'll take a moment, take a timeout. We'll come back and release the other ones to you here in just a moment. So stay tuned. Welcoming you back to our selection show for the round 16 of the Classic Soccer Tournament. We do use the Classic Soccer game from ASG Games. And we're going to go quickly over those selections for you once again, in case you missed them, in case we had some issues with the screen. So let's take you back to the top here. Again, for our first 2 teams that we announced, Red Star Belgrade, second place in Group G, will be taking on Inter Milan, Group A winners. Our second matchup on match day 7 will be Chelsea, who finished second in Group F, taking on the winners of Group B, Arsenal. So that's about as far as we got before our first break. Let's continue moving along. Next club from the group of 16, Celtic Football Club, the 66-67 club, finished second in Group H. Jimmy Johnstone, club's leading scorer with 4 goals in the competition. And Celtic's opponent drawn is Ajax from Amsterdam. 71-72 club finished first in Group C. Did not lose a game in group play. They did have the 1 tie. Also to note, Ajax has yet to concede a goal. An interesting team to keep an eye on moving forward into the tournament. And then our final match for match day 7, which will be taking place in February. I forgot to mention that earlier. February 13th and 14th, first leg of these matches. FC Barcelona, the 05-06 club, who finished second in Group E, led by Samuel Eto'o. Club's leading scorer had 5 goals in competition. And they will be playing host in the first leg to Reims, the French club, the 58-59 Reims club. I believe the only club from the 1950s to advance. Finished first in Group D with a 3-1-2 record. Just Fontaine, club's leading scorer with 4 goals. So Red Star Belgrade versus Inter, Chelsea versus Arsenal, Celtic versus Ajax, Barcelona versus Reims. So we're halfway through. That'll be match day 7 on February the 13th. So now we still have 8 more clubs to announce. So these next teams will be playing on Wednesday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. First up, PSV Eindhoven, the 87-88 club, 2-2-2, finished 2-2-2, finished second in Group C. A lot of twos there. So they are going to be facing the French side of Olympique Marseille, 92-93 club. Bocik is the club's leading scorer, had 4 goals in the group stage. Our next club is Panathinaikos. If you were watching earlier coverage, we saw them in match day 1 against Arsenal. The 70-71 club finished second in Group B, another 2-win, 2-draw, 2-loss club. And Panathinaikos will be paired up against Feyenoord. The 69-70 Feyenoord club, first in Group F with a 3-1-2 record. Next up, Valencia of Spain. The 99-2000 club finished second in Group A with a 3-1-2 record. They will be facing the Italian side, AC Milan, the 88-89 Milan squad, finishing first in Group G with a 3-2-1 record. Marco van Basten also tied with Thierry Henry for most goals in the tournament with 7, leader of the AC Milan crew. And we just have 2 more teams to tell you about. First is Benfica. We got to watch them as part of a doubleheader in our final match day as they earn qualification for the round of 16. Club from 61-62 finished second in the group despite 3 losses. Eusebio is a name to watch there. And they will be facing probably one of the toughest teams to come out of match play, and that is the 88-89 Steaua Bucharest club. Steaua, the only team to have a perfect clean sheet. 6 wins, no draws, no losses. Stoica, club's leading scorer with 5 goals. So we'll give it to you once again, the lineups for our round of 16 matches. First leg, match day 7, will take place on Tuesday, February 13th. Red Star versus Inter. Chelsea versus Arsenal. Celtic taking on Ajax, and Barcelona versus Reims. Then Wednesday, February 14th, the second half, PSV versus Marseille, Panathinaikos versus Feyenoord, Valencia versus AC Milan, and Benfica versus Steaua. And of course, you can catch all the action here on the Replay Sports channel. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the like button and subscribe. You get live alerts when we go on air. If you've been following our ticker down at the bottom, you've already seen what our next broadcast schedule is going to be. So here in the Champions League, we are looking to broadcast Chelsea versus Arsenal. That'll be our match of the day on match 7. Match day 8, we're looking to bring you Benfica versus Steaua Bucharest. So those 2 will be bringing you live as they happen. So soccer, we're going to take a little break from soccer. No Champions League until February, so we have about a month and a half break there. So definitely check out our earlier broadcast if you haven't seen how the classic soccer game works out. It's from ASG Games. They're on the internet. Encourage you to check them out. We'll be going back to traditional American football coming up soon. If you're new to the channel, WFL 2023 is our American Football League. We are in the process of going through week 5. We've got a doubleheader scheduled for you to check out. While I'm talking about that, let me go to the screen here so you can see all these cool graphics I created. All right, so first of all, we have a doubleheader coming up in American football. We're going to have Las Vegas at Berlin, Battle of the Unbeatens, both teams 4-0 coming into that game. And then Monday Night Football, we're in early October, so it's Canadian Thanksgiving. The Toronto Hitmen will be playing host to the Birmingham Americans. And we've got some other goodies coming up for you. College football will be coming up as well. I had a slide for that. What did I do with it? Let me go find the slide. Bear with me. I didn't add it to the roll here. I'm using OBS, if you were wondering. Really great program for doing broadcast and screen shares like that. All right, let me go here. I'll have to do it this way. Sorry, guys. So, yes, college football season's upon us. Action PC Games has the college football teams to go along with their football games. So we're doing like a classic style college bowl season. We've already had Army-Navy play about 2 weeks ago now. And we're going to do some more college games. We're going to have some classic teams facing one another coming up soon. And not seeing the graphic coming up there. Oh, let's go here. Let's try that. Give it a moment to refresh. We're going to have for you Sun Bowl, with the 1960 Washington Huskies taking on the 1956 Georgia Tech team. And then the Fiesta Bowl, 1966 UCLA taking on 1959 Syracuse. Ernie Davis playing for that club. And then the New Year's Day 4, Cotton Bowl, 66 Alabama versus 56 Texas A&M, followed by Penn State, 1969 Penn State versus the 61 LSU squad for the Sugar Bowl, Rose Bowl, granddaddy of them all, USC 67 versus 68 Ohio State, followed by the end, Oklahoma, 1967 versus 1967 Tennessee. So that is something to look forward to. A couple things that'll be coming up here very soon. So again, this has been Glenn Walker from the Replay Sports Channel Studios. Kind of mixed a couple things in there for you. Champions League round of 16 draw, some upcoming events. But again, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to subscribe. Then I'll get to talk to you again. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll talk to you soon.